सेव किया था ना?
मैं सिर्फ इसलिए गया था क्योंकि उसने मुझे कॉल किया, that's it. But listen तो.
Save it for someone else.
जिंदगी में सेव करना जरूरी है, मगर जब बात पैसों की हो, सिर्फ सेविंग से काम नहीं चलेगा। इक्विटी म्यूचुअल फंड्स में इन्वेस्ट कीजिए और अपने सेविंग्स को आगे बढ़ने का मौका दीजिए।
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
Have you noticed, and I'm sure you have because you are just smart viewers, readers, consumers of news, you've noticed how heavily weighted our political analysis is about the Hindi heartland. We talk about UP all the time, Uttar Pradesh, we talk about Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan. Even in the Hindi heartland, we are very UP Bihar centric. But we miss out so much, not just on the south yes, but also on Maharashtra. In fact, it's quite ironical and also amazing how little do we talk about Maharashtra, which is what we are going to talk about now, as you must have figured by now. Maharashtra is the second most important state in India in terms of the number of MPs sent to Lok Sabha, which means it is politically the second most important state in India after Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh sends 80 MPs to Lok Sabha, Maharashtra sends 48. 48, and then you have states in the 40 ballpark, 40, low 40s, that is Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, so on and so forth. So how little do we talk about Maharashtra? Because Maharashtra is very critical for Narendra Modi, the BJP, for him to get his majority, for him to go past 272, and for his opponents, if they have a realistic expectation of keeping him below 270. Because for Narendra Modi and his BJP to go beyond 270, they have to sweep all of the Hindi heartland and then Gujarat, Karnataka and Maharashtra. Hindi heartland, Himachal, Haryana, throw those in also, Delhi, and then Gujarat, Maharashtra and Karnataka, right? So Maharashtra is very critical. Maharashtra, all right, he will sweep mostly. You can see that even the most recent opinion polls, the BJP will mostly sweep Uttar Pradesh. There is already trouble in Bihar because Nitish Kumar has gone away. But that is not what we're talking about now. We are only saying that, we are only pointing to the irony that we might have spoken a lot more about Bihar politics than about Maharashtra, which matters so much more. So to understand Maharashtra, first see the big data, the big figures. In the last parliament election, of the 48 seats, BJP and Shiv Sena together, they had fought together. BJP and the original Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray Shiv Sena, they had won 41 seats out of 48. In fact, it became 42 because one independent who won, Navneet Rana from Amravati, she also aligned herself with BJP and NDA. So that is 42 out of 48. That was a very good strike rate. Okay, not a clean sweep, but 42 out of 48 is as good as it gets. Congress party won 1 seat, NCP, Sharad Pawar's party won 4 seats. Also as we told you, Navneet Rana, independent, won 1 seat but aligned herself with NDA, and also MIM, that is Owaisi's party, they also won 1 seat. Now, BJP at this point would like to repeat this, because if they can't repeat this, then they have to get seats elsewhere to get to that 300 mark, or at least past the 272 mark, which they definitely want to get, because without that, it becomes a coalition government, a different kind of government. So for BJP, it's a desperate need to repeat the sweep in Maharashtra. For the BJP's opposition, it's equally a desperate need not to let the BJP do so. So if you look at the only data point we have is the latest India Today Mood of the Nation poll that came out just a few weeks back. That in fact showed that if an election was held today, then the BJP will not get anywhere near that 42 mark, along with its ally. Its ally meaning the new Shiv Sena, that is Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena is the chief minister now. It looked, according to that poll, that Shiv Sena's vote will go to Uddhav Thackeray and MVA, Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi, that is the coalition of Uddhav Shiv Sena and NCP, Sharad Pawar's NCP and the Congress party. They will win 34 seats. 34, leaving out the remaining 14, maybe the odd one, some independent might win. Then what happens? Then the BJP has a deficit of nearly 30 seats from its target of 272 plus, but really target of 300 plus, right? So that is why Maharashtra is so critical. Once again, to understand what happened the last time, because that's a reference to what we are looking at now. Last time, of the 48 seats, BJP and the Shiv Sena, the original Shiv Sena, nearly split these equally for contesting. So BJP contested 25, Shiv Sena contested 23. Of this, BJP out of 25 that it contested 123, right? Shiv Sena on the other hand, out of the 23 it contested 118. So 23 plus 18, 41. This time that Shiv Sena is not there, and at least this poll, Mood of the Nation poll, tells us that Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena is not cutting it. They are neither getting those votes nor they are able to transfer those votes to BJP candidates in the seats that the BJP will be fighting. Now, it is in this background and this perspective that today's tamasha in Maharashtra politics is going on. You are seeing these headlines, these controversies about the symbol, the election commission saying that the party that Eknath Shinde has, that is the real Shiv Sena. They've been given the symbol of bow and arrow, Tir Kaman, right, Dhanush Baan. Uddhav's Shiv Sena has gone to court, Supreme Court, as you would expect. So that fight, that tamasha is playing out. But the important thing underlying that tamasha is, what is it, which Shiv Sena becomes a real Shiv Sena by 2024, and does enough messaging takes place before 2024 from the BJP's point of view that the real Shiv Sena is Eknath Shinde's. He now has taken over the mantle not just of Balasaheb Thackeray but also his kind of Hindutva, which is not rational secularism, which is what Uddhav Thackeray now says is the ideology that his Shiv Sena follows. So Eknath Shinde in fact says that Uddhav Thackeray has strayed away from real Hindutva, the real ideology of Shiv Sena, and he is doing something else. I don't like it, right? I don't like it. So I am restoring the old ideology. So that is the tussle right now. Now Shiv Sena is no stranger to dissidents and no stranger to people moving away. Chhagan Bhujbal, who's now with NCP, has been with NCP for a long time. He might have been the first real rebel in Shiv Sena. Shiv Sena was set up in 1966 by Balasaheb Thackeray. That's a very checkered history. Today we don't have the time to talk about that. In fact, we might do a larger feature under our series Past Forward there, because this party, the Shiv Sena, was encouraged and in a way created by the Congress party in the 60s, because in the 60s Bombay was held to ransom by leftist unions. They wanted to create a new force that would fight the leftist unions, because leftist unions had brought Mumbai's industry to a standstill. So that is how Shiv Sena came up, and in the course of time theirs became the strongest unions, and they did indeed finish not just the leftist unions in Mumbai but even the left in Mumbai. In the course of time, they became a real party. In fact, for the first 23 years after 1966, they did not have a symbol because they did not even have enough vote share to be qualified by the election commission as a state party. Unless you are qualified at least as a state party, you cannot get a permanent symbol. So their symbols kept changing in every election like independent. So they had the handheld torch sometimes. They had a sword and shield in other elections and several others. It was 23 years later, in 1989, that the Shiv Sena got its symbol. That's the symbol that has now been allocated to Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena, and that's why the fight. Now, among the options that Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray Shiv Sena has asked for, because if they don't get it, they have to have an option. Among them also is the mashal, the torch, which they've used before and which they used initially, right? Besides that, the two other options, they have to give three options. One is the rising sun, one is the trident. Of course, this is also the time of hype. So one of the leaders of Shiv Sena has said, we really want the trident because we have to now slay a Ravana not with 10 heads but with 40 heads. That is the reference to Eknath Shinde and his Shiv Sena, which has 40 MLAs, including himself. So while this fight over the symbol, etc. is going on, let's also go over the various dissensions and departures that the Shiv Sena has dealt with. So I told you Chhagan Bhujbal left in 1991. One reason he left for many reasons, but one reason he left was because he was a supporter of Mandal Commission report, implementation of Mandal Commission report, Balasaheb Thackeray did not like it. And also for the local leadership of the party, Balasaheb Thackeray preferred Manohar Joshi. He later became Chief Minister of Maharashtra, who was a Brahmin. So Chhagan Bhujbal in 91 left the party. He joined Congress party. Then he went to NCP. He's lasted out since then. 2005, Narayan Rane, who was a former Chief Minister under Shiv Sena, he left, he got disenchanted again because they thought, now succession's taking place and Uddhav Thackeray is getting it. Everybody wants to think that I'm a more worthy successor than the boss's son, but it doesn't work like that in real politics. So he left. He's now a union minister, and if you can tell me what portfolio he has, then you are really a brilliant watcher of Indian politics, right? Completely nondescript, but he's a union minister with the BJP. 2006, Raj Thackeray, nephew of Balasaheb, quit the BJP. Once again, he thought that, look, I am the worthier successor to Balasaheb than his son, that is Uddhav Thackeray. But you say blood is thicker than water. So in a way, Raj Thackeray is also from the same blood, but this is purer blood when it comes to your own son. So the blood of the son is always thicker than the blood of the nephew. So because the son got the mantle of Balasaheb, the nephew left and he set up his Maharashtra Navnirman Sena. And then Eknath Shinde has left. Now, Eknath Shinde has left with a large bunch of MLAs. This is the first dissension that Uddhav Thackeray is handling. All other dissensions and departures Shiv Sena was able to handle sort of en passant, simply because Balasaheb Thackeray was around and he was such a domineering personality. Does Uddhav Thackeray have it? I'm not saying he doesn't have it, but he has to prove that he has it. Right now, he is on trial, and this trial will come up first of all with two by-elections that are coming up within 2 weeks, and these are by-elections in the seats of Chinchwad near Pune and Kasba Peth. Both are near Pune. Now, both these seats have been vacated because BJP MLAs have died. The sitting BJP MLAs died. So these are BJP's seats. Shiv Sena is not contesting any of these. That is, Uddhav Shiv Sena is not contesting any of these. BJP, of course, is contesting its seats because its own MLAs held these seats. But one of these seats is being contested by NCP and other by the Congress party. So Uddhav Shiv Sena is there in a supporting role. However, there is trouble there. Congress is contesting Kasba, NCP is contesting Chinchwad, but in Chinchwad, a strong aspirant for Shiv Sena candidature who had contested last time also as a dissident or as a rebel when the BJP won that election and got nearly 1 lakh votes. He wanted this seat and Shiv Sena wanted this seat, but NCP and Congress did not agree. So he has again broken away and he's now he's now contesting as a rebel candidate. Now you might say, why are you bothered about 2 little by-elections? These by-elections are important because these by-elections will show us, first of all, how strong the BJP is on the ground, how strong the MVA is on the ground, but in MVA in particular, how strong Uddhav's Shiv Sena is. Is he capable of transferring the Shiv Sena's vote now to the NCP and Congress candidates or not? Because unless he's able to do that, then these new calculations of MVA getting 34 seats out of Maharashtra in Lok Sabha, then those go out of the window. But on the other hand, if he's able to transfer his party's votes, Shiv Sena's votes to NCP and Congress now, which is ideologically counterintuitive for him and for his voters, then it will be a very significant indicator in national politics, for national politics. Now, after that, 24 municipal corporations in Maharashtra have to go to the polls, including the Mumbai Municipal Corporation, which is the big prize. Once again, all these municipal corporation elections, particularly in the big cities, that is Mumbai, Pune, Nagpur, etc., Aurangabad, these will tell us who the voters think the real Shiv Sena is, or more specifically, who the Shiv Sena voters think the real Shiv Sena is. But because once again, that will have a strong implication for national general elections next year, because unless the BJP sweeps Maharashtra, or at least sweeps it to a reasonable degree, it will be that much more challenging to cross the 272 mark, in particular because it may not get that many seats as before, say in some of the other states, say Odisha, say West Bengal, we don't know. Say Karnataka, we don't know. So uncertainties for BJP will go up. And as far as the other states are concerned, Hindi heartland, Gujarat, Even Karnataka, Haryana, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, BJP had swept them almost 100% even the last time. So they had maxed those, their numbers can't go up in those states. That's why Maharashtra is so important and everybody is watching Maharashtra. Now, Maharashtra, as we told you, BJP's opponents are three components. That is Shiv Sena, that's much more in news right now and much more in trouble right now. But there is also NCP and Congress, and both of those are also not in the most perfect or the healthiest of states. NCP right now has succession issues because Sharad Pawar isn't getting younger. There are also always speculations about his health. He's a very strong human being, but there is always speculation or calculations about his health. He's got his daughter Supriya Sule, so it does look like he might want her to be the successor, but he's also got his nephew Ajit Pawar, who's very ambitious, and at one point he had walked out and temporarily joined hands with Devendra Fadnavis and BJP to be sworn in, and that ill-fated experiment didn't last very long. Now, even now, he keeps playing this interesting game. So posters came up just the other day showing him as the future chief minister. Now, it may have been mischief, we don't know, it may have been done by his people, or he may have deliberately had it done to make a point. We don't know any of that. But the fact is that there is tension within the NCP. And Sharad Pawar is now responding to it by playing like grandnephew versus grandnephew. So Parth, who's the son of Ajit Pawar, he had contested elections in the past for Lok Sabha and lost. But at the same time, there is the other grandnephew, Sharad Pawar's other brother's grandchild, who is Rohit, who was fielded in the assembly election and who's an MLA. So Sharad Pawar might be playing grandnephew versus grandnephew also. And that also is a space that needs to be watched. And come 2024, we will know how much in control Sharad Pawar is. Because if he's fully in control, then he'll pretty much manage it. But if he's not, then all bets are off. Or if somebody walks off, like Ajit Pawar walks off. I'm not saying he will walk off, but he has walked off in the past. So anybody who's done one thing once can do it again, conceivably. So if he does so, then that situation will change dramatically. And you can imagine BJP will not leave anything to chance. They will try their best. In fact, it will be one of their big objectives to try and split NCP. The Congress has its own problems. The Congress has an imported party chief in the states, Nana Patole, controversial character, fiery speaker, but he's been taken from the BJP. If you look at Congress's record, it has taken borrowed party chiefs in states, and each time it has not worked out for it. It took Navjot Singh Sidhu in Punjab from the BJP, didn't work out for it. It's taken Revant Reddy in Telangana. There are lots of problems and dissensions because of that. It made Hardik Patel its working president in Gujarat. You know how that ended up, because ultimately Congress did very badly in Gujarat and Hardik Patel meanwhile crossed over to the BJP. And in Maharashtra, they have Nana Patole. Now, his presence there has got a lot of the established leaders of the Congress unhappy. So recently, we had the departure not from the party, but departure as Congress legislature party leader of Balasaheb Thorat. All three parties, Shiv Sena, NCP, Congress, right now have their own troubles. And once again, to repeat a point I made just a couple of minutes back, the BJP will be working very hard to play with these fault lines in each one of these parties. For the BJP at this point, Maharashtra is much more important than Bihar. And that's the reason I thought this time I'll make a departure from whatever else might be going on and use the troubles in the Shiv Sena over the symbol and the litigation of which is the real Shiv Sena, to talk about politics and emerging fault lines and possibilities in India's second most important state politically, that is Maharashtra.